I'm settle back in here. I'm gonna grab something to eat in a minute, and then one more drink, and we're gonna head out. But we got a bait out there for now. Like I said, I had a half-pound hunk of fish out there. It got bit in half, clean. Looked like a knife did it. Hey, nothing flug it, Mr. Bolt on. Or you missed it earlier. Earlier I had a half-pound bait on there, and I brought it in after a few casts, and all of a sudden there was only half of it, like a quarter pound left. Somehow they filleted a quarter pounder off it, and there was no cheese. But speaking of cheese, before I head out here, I'm going to have one more jalapeno and a drink. Let's go ahead and get that started, because I'm hankering to head out. I got to modify my rig though. The distance between the main hook and the stinger was too big. Too much of a gap. Too big a gap. But here's what we got.
Don't forget, all this week we are giving away tickets to go see AC/DC.
Nice big fat jalapeno stuffed with tuna and cheese, wrapped with Hatch chili cured bacon.
Floor. That includes not only 4 floor seats, but also at 2 rooms, 2 nights at the Westin Houston Medical Center.
Yeah, you're gonna need 2 nights in the medical center. Hope you like hospital food, bitch. And kick your fucking ass. Fucking gar. God damn it. Let me get a drink. You know, bait's already all the way over here. I gotta put it back out there. It's over here. Alright, hang on. Let's make a cast before I get on the outside of that there chili. We got one piece of bait left. Watch, like I said, look where that stinger hook is way up there. And look at this little piece of head hanging. The rest of the body was all the way up there on that stinger. And it got filet-o-fished. And he didn't stay buttoned up. Ain't that a bitch, man? What do I got to do to these things? Come out here and fucking shoot them with a bow and arrow or fucking spear gun? God damn, there's just one rolled on the surface right there. Oh, there went the bait. Oh, shit. And I think it lashed me out. Oh no. The bait flew off and I got loose coils up the yin yang. Fucking braids are hard to get the lashes out, man. Especially a nasty one like that. That one was nasty. That was fucking nasty. God damn, Hank. That was serious fucking backlash, tell you what. You got it. Well, there went our bait. I think we're going to sit here and eat and dress our wounds and head out. You see, because I've been having a hard time hooking them. I made this last night, but it's a little bit too big. See that hook and the stinger, but the distance between the two is so big that it's not effective. It's beyond the spread of their jaws sideways. So I'm going to shorten that up, and then maybe that one that filleted that fucker and took a 1/4 pound off, if these would have been closer together, I think I might have got that stinger in his ass, and it wouldn't have come unbuttoned like that. Now that fucker came unbuttoned like that, man. I do have a little crankbait here we can pitch while I eat. So, let's put this back here. Ooh.
3-2, Lloyd.
Yep. That's my extra shirt. When I get ready to load up, I'm be working up a sweat. Yeah, let's well, here, let me get where I can see chat. That'd be nicer, huh? Sharpen them hooks. Nah, it ain't a matter of that. They ain't even getting the fuckers in their gullet. I get it down in their goddamn gullet. Yeah, well, I'm a rookie at this gar fishing. I'm a West Coaster, and I'm just started this because I'm hankering for some big ones. The opposing hooks, you mean like the ones that go on a tuna feather, where the two hooks go up to the eye and they're looped together, and you can put them on a swivel and put them on beads, put a hoochie skirt and troll for tuna. I have some of those. But I've been watching this guy called Catching Dinosaurs. He uses a 1/0 tuna hook, man, and a 2/0. But he ain't running a wire leader. He's running a 500-pound hollow core Spectra. And that shit's mighty expensive. And these are the baits I'm using. About 3/4 pound menhaden. The last one, there was about that much of it, and it came back where it missed the stinger and was only a half of what I put out there. And that was a pisser, tell you what. But right now, we got a bacon wrapped cheese and tuna stuffed jalapeno. So that's where we're at. Well, they're not really facing opposite directions, buddy. They're like this, not splayed out. I think I know what you're talking about. They're what I use on my tuna feathers. My little 80-pound tuna trolling rigs. Not the big marlin rigs. The marlin rigs I run different. You know how good that is? That's yellowfin with dill cheese and Hatch chili bacon around a jalapeno. Holy shit. Speak of the devil, fucking monstro just came up right there. Look at the size of that boral. Oh, damn. That one was pretty good size. Well, I'm sitting here having tuna. And lime. Oh, now it's down there. Yeah, the hooks are not quite opposing. They're canted at an angle a bit. Yeah, I think the fucker smelled it and came up. I know I would have. Hey, mister, can I have some? It looks so nice, I don't even want to finish it. Look at that. I mean, come on, is that the kind of shit you eat out fishing? Yeah. I didn't have no smoked tuna cookies. I didn't have no tuna and peanut butter sandwich. All I had was this.
all Houston's classic rock coming up in about an hour, right around 12:30 during your lunch hour. Your shot at some Skinner Foreigner tickets. That show is Thursday night, Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. I got a pair coming up about 12:30 on the Eagle.
The drift got me. I had to pedal a little bit and pivot on the power pole. See, I got the power pole spiked in, hooked to the trolley, so I can slide it back and forth either end. But I try to keep it forward so I stay cocked in here at this angle, because this is where in the area behind me. Nice gator spot. They come sliding in right there. No, there's no slide, see? Down the bank by the ramp, there's a little gator slide. One day he scurried from the bushes up on bank down in, right in my peripheral vision. I didn't lay an eyeball on him good, but I know it wasn't a turtle running like that. Now, this is an ocean liner kayak. I use a little kayak for bass fishing. You can't use a float tube around here. There's snakes and gators. Well, I say we pull the pole and start the pedal. Pull the pole and pedal. We practice the 7 P's. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. I guess I didn't properly plan for this, did I? That fucking stinger was too far apart. I'll have to shorten it up. Now, I think I want to get some of that hollow core spectra like Mr. Catching Dinosaurs uses. It's much more supple. And if I can get his technique down, you don't have the leader near their teeth anyway. Alright, I think we're going to get on the pedal and into the stick here in a minute. Let me see. What's the dial? No. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor. That's only the 6 P's. We're fishing the 7 P's. Because I peed earlier. Okay? Y'all didn't see that. Don't tell anybody. There's a bathroom on here. Fucking ocean liner, for God's sakes.
Nobody plays more Def Leppard than Houston's classic rock, the Eagle.
Alright. Once we get out in the middle, then I'll flip that floater out behind and we'll troll it back. Didn't see no redfish rolling today, but I seen the spotted gar rolling and probably a couple gator gar, I think. Or maybe long nose. Wash this up. had to cut more peas with the Power Poe. It's got a Power Pole Micro on the back, but I don't like using it. I like this. Because if I use the Power Pole, I have to have that thing sticking up in the back. And that's just kind of a bitch, man, because when I go to cast, I've snagged it before. And so I don't like a bunch of fucking poles sticking up in the back. Only reason I got them sticking up there today is I pull them down for fishing. I'm not actively fishing with them up there, although I'm going to troll. I am going to troll this here little crankbait, little floater. Although it's 15 feet deep out here, there's shit I could snag. So I got this little Yozuri piece of shit plastic crankbait on there I can tow back. Let me take care of a couple things here. Let me get situated here. We want to move this rod holder. God damn it, that fucker's stuck. There we go. This poor old rod holder's tortured and twisted though. It's all canted off to the side, all to the side now. Put some ear wax on it so it don't get stuck no more, eh? I want to store this other one. Open the forward hatch chili. And now we can turn around, get on P-Troll. It doesn't have the tightest turning radius. Alright. Now let me get this. All right, we got it in the trolling position. Kind of keep an eye on it, see what it is. Got the trolling rod right there, and this other rod is to the outside, so I'm not worried about snagging. I did have it in these holders. You see, with these here, the rods go straight. Then I put these at the front, out to the side, like fucking outrigger, and I can troll 4 lures at once. And actually, the trick is you put them in the forward position that way, and just put 2 out, and you pedal in reverse and troll in reverse.
The Eagle Houston's Classic
That way
Rock.
you can
Have
totally
checked
monitor
out
them.
715.
You can stay on top of them. I did that over in Offutt's Bayou. Me and Mr. Carlos were out there, and I tested it, and it worked really well. Ooh, marking some fish there. Look at that. How deep is it? It's 14 feet deep. And look at them fish on the bottom there, boy. There's some big marks. Big fucking marks, boy. couple redfish moving through, or catfish. There's some big catfish in here. I think they're, oh, do you guys see that? What are they? Flatheads and channel cats and hardhead saltwater cats. Because this is brackish water, remember, so there's mixed species. I've got bass in here and redfish and crappie and bluegill, channel cats and hardhead cats. Down there at Challenger 7 also flounder and speckled trout. And there's gar all over the place. They're non-discretionary. Yeah, some thunderheads building, and I'm wanting to roll some stain. Hank? Oh, I know. If I leave the kayak out in front of the garage or in the back of the truck, I can set up where I park the kayak and do the staining underneath that little shelter. That way, if it gets ugly, there'll be no rain on it. There's some fish, man. There's some of these people here where they have their little dock in the backyard right here up against this creek. They got brush piles out there off of it. Down behind me a ways, there's an area where I caught a good amount of bass there. I don't know, 10 or 15 bass in there through various trips. And they have imported rock along the shore, and then right out off of it they have brush piles submerged, like 3 of them. I'm just set on auto right now though. But see, when we came in this morning, if you remember, the water temperature was 89. The water temperature here now is up to 91. Hey, Ms. Marilyn. Mr. TV. Oh. Mr. Rivers. Howdy. And who else is there? Yeah, them gars are toothy, Uncle Tom. Wait till we get one. I'm going to have my way with it. No, I'm going to violate my normal protocol, and I'm going to sacrifice one. Like I said, that's why I haven't been coming intentionally bow fishing for them, because if you shoot them, you know it's going to be history. Only reason this one I'm going to kill it is because I want to take it home, and I don't have a lasso, so I'm going to have to gaff it. And gaffing it, and if I can get a decent gaff under the chin or something on it maybe and be able to handle it, I'll let it go. But I figure if I got a good size one, I don't want to take a hit and get cut. Having been the heart surgery guy, and I'm not on blood thinners, I just don't want to get ganked though. So I had to be careful with that. Although I took a screw in the finger yesterday. Yeah. Oh, there's somebody's jug line over on shore buried. Running into a lot of bait right here. There's a lot of bait on the surface right here. looks like my trolling lure is running okay. There's good that it hasn't rained in a little while, a week or two or something, and not hard anyway. So there's no debris floating in the water. The one time I was out here doing the troll and it had rained and there was so much debris in the water, I just kept picking up shit. And then I tried to troll with jigs, and I get snagged up. That's when I figured out the fucker had brush piles, because I didn't have the sonar on that day. Then I came back with the sonar and I'm like, yeah, I got 2 jigs stuck on that fucking brush pile out there. Look, see all the micro bait on the surface right in front of me, man. When Uncle Tom was here, I netted some of those. They were these little micro shad, about 3/4 to an inch long. There's another jug line on shore. So a lot of people, they make these jug lines out of like a pool noodle with a piece of PVC in the middle. And then that's what they got their line tied off to. The cap is holding the line. My jug lines I made out of Schedule 40. Oh, did you see all those jump right there as I rolled through? I made my jug lines out of Schedule 40 PVC, which is like an ABS, the Schedule 40. It's the gray pipe for running conduit. We're in the microbait zone. I'm wanting a nice redfish to grab that lure I'm trolling, man. That'd be cool. Oh, let me see here. Yeah, tight. Hello, Miss Donna. Is Mr. John B in there? No, Mr. John Bolton. Okay. All right, well, I'm just kind of slow pedaling back to the truck here. Out in the sun. I don't really want to be working up a sweat. So far, not working up a sweat. Till I go to load up the truck and I'll be sweating like a pig. I brought an extra shirt. And it's only a block back to the house, so then I can change my underwear, right? Not my shorts, just my underwear. See all those yellow and orange with blue at the bottom blobs are those schools of bait fish. You can see where I was near. See, there's these schools of bait under me. It's like 14 feet deep. So they're like 10 feet under the boat and 4 feet up off the bottom or so. Cutting the inside of this corner so you can see the yellow, the bottom going up, because I'm kind of cutting this corner so it's getting shallower closer I cut. Boy, that fucker's got some afterburners, don't it? Yeah.
That's 5,050.
shallow right here, boy. See, a lot of times when I see the gar under the surface, they're just a black silhouette, but you can tell they're a gar because they're long and skinny, looking like a foot-long hot dog. Not like the fish. The fish look different. Because in this pea soup, it's hard to see down in there. But I love fishing pea soup. I don't like clear water, man. But the biggest bass I ever seen, that foul hook 25 pounder, was in a fucking clear ass lake. And I don't like fishing that lake. I go right over the hill from that lake, and there's a lake called Wolford, and it's pea soup just like this, and I love it. That's where I whopped a couple fucking giants in there. Not 25s, not 20s, but about 15. Ever lay your hands on a 15-pound bass? Ever seen a 15-pound bass? Oh, you bass fishermen? I got to tune up my drive on this here, the pedal system. It needs a little bit of adjustment. And I ran out of the lube. I was using the Ardent aerosol reel spray, and reel lube was what I was lubing this with, and it was working dandy. But I went back where I got that, and they didn't have it anymore, man. All they had was these little things with a needle on the end of the Ardent oil for oiling your reel. They had an aerosol can, and I liked using it. But I have some gun lube in an aerosol, and I'm going to put that on here. I think it'll work. You don't want any heavy, gumpy, fucked up oil on this drive unit, because this has a chain drive on a little sprocket underneath. And you don't want caustic oil on there because it'll eat up the plastic components. So with this metal, though, in the plastic, you'll get corrosion, even though it is stainless. So you got to keep them clean and lubed. I wash the shit out of it every time I come in, though, regardless of where it's been, fresh or salt. I always wash it real well, and I make sure it dries out. I don't just set it down. I set it down, it dries a little while, and then I go up and give it a few, crank it back and forth to shake the water off so it doesn't get any deposits that initiate corrosion. But if you take care of these drive units on here, they'll last a long time. People crying about them breaking, they get mud and dirt on it and allow it to dry, which is easy to do. See, here's another jug line. Look, I'll show you this jug line. I'll pull in next to it. Now, this is the yellow one. The other ones I've been seeing are like a greenish, fluorescent green color. But see, this is what the floats people are floating lines off of for catfish. Let me see, I got my shades on, I can't even see chat, so let me see. Yeah, see that yellow gig? That's I'm not even going to touch it, I'm going to leave it alone. I don't mess with people's stuff. Although when my son and I were out in the little red boat, I found a jug line, and we chased it around, and I grabbed it, and fucker had something on it, and it was so heavy when I went to lift it, it bent the hook and it came off, man. I was bummed.